Everybody, my name is Tim, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be playing Rainbowsphere Revamped, the sort of first playable test. First, let me explain what this is about, and then also I want to point out that everybody can download this with the link in the description. You can join the Rainbowsphere Revamped Discord. In the announcements channel there's going to be a link where you can download this exact demo, and then you can play it yourself. And I also want to ask everybody, before watching me play through it, to just play it yourself and record your screen, because that will be super helpful for me to see some recordings of people who don't know anything about the game, to see how they sort of go about going through the demo. So before you do that, I mean, you can already download it, but before you start playing it, let me first explain you what the demo is meant for, to sort of set your expectations, and then after that I'm going to tell you to pause the video and just play the game and record your screen. If you don't know how to record your screen, you can download OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's a free open source program you can use to record your screen. I use that to record all my videos. That's also what I'm using to record my camera and my gameplay. So essentially the demo is just, it's just one level. It's sort of a tutorial-ish level, which takes you through all of the sort of the mechanics that I have so far about rolling around, jumping, changing color, all the different sort of elements that are there. And it's kind of just to get a feel for the mechanics, for the controls. Like, how do you think the controls feel? Do you like the overall mechanics? Do you have suggestions maybe to what I could implement in the final game? Like, I'm really open to suggestions, and I want to sort of use this devlog to get ideas and to get feedback to make this the best game I can possibly can. So I'm just really looking forward to hearing all of you guys' feedback, and then I can sort of implement it in sort of the in the rest of the game. So the whole demo will probably take you like 10 or 15 minutes to play through. I can play through it in under 2 minutes, but of course if you're gonna play it for the first time, you're gonna need to get used to the controls and all of that. So for most people, I guess it's gonna be 10 or 15 minutes. But you can do it a lot faster. And like, if you wanna try to get through it as fast as possible, like, power to you, and like, send me a recording. Will be cool to see how everybody is doing there. Now's the time to pause the video if you want to actually play through this like blind. So download the thing from the description, join the Rainbowsphere description Discord, download it from the announcements and start playing. Or you can just keep watch me play through the demo and sort of discuss all of like the whole thought process behind all of this. Yeah, so let's do it. All right, so let's get going. Let me take a sip of coffee, so I'm all ready to play, caffeinated up. And let's open up the folder. All right, there we go. So this is the thing, Rainbowsphere Revamped version 0.0.1, because it's very early. There's a README thing. Essentially, it just mentions that where you can report the bugs, that it's beta software, it's a demo, like it's very early. So just some general disclaimer stuff there. About the demo, I know that probably if you're colorblind, this is going to be difficult to play. Once we get further in development, I'm going to try to do a colorblind mode and everything. But like I mentioned, this is still very early. So if you're colorblind and you cannot play this because you cannot make out the colors, I'm aware that people are going to be colorblind that might play this, and I'm going to try to sort of accommodate for that. But it's going to be much later in the process, because of course I need to make the actual game first, and then I'm going to look into how I can make it accessible for colorblind people. So if you're colorblind, I'm going to try to do that, but it's a color-based game, so I need to think of how I can sort of make that work. But for now, let's just open it up. This is the thing. You can just double click this and you will take it into the game. All right, so let's do that. So let's open it up, and it's gonna start in windowed mode in 1920 by 1080. So the only place where there's going to be sound during the game is essentially in the menu. I haven't done any sound for the game yet, so it's all going to be completely silent. There's no sound effects, no music aside from the menu, because I already had picked out the menu music. I have a sound pack of some songs that I'm going to be using throughout the game, which this is one of them. Aside from that, you can just navigate the menu here, either with your mouse, you can click it, or you can use your controller. It will just switch back and forth. So if you move your mouse, it will show your mouse, and else it will just allow you to use the controller. Menus in Unreal are notoriously annoying to build. I finally sort of got the hang of it. I'm using Common UI, which is essentially built on top of UMG. It's a sort of a menu system that they made for Fortnite and they sort of made public. and it's still quite new. There's not a lot of stuff around it in order to learn it. There's this sort of 3-hour live stream that they did by Mike Brink for Unreal, which was super helpful for me getting started with Common UI. But I'll get into that in the devlog about Common UI and UI systems, because it's a lot better than the general sort of how you build UIs. But we'll get into that. For now, we can just play it. So you can submit feedback from here. It will open up a browser menu. You can submit feedback there. And you can press play demo, and then it's gonna play the demo. So let's press start. You can press start here to open the options menu, or you can press escape and it'll do the same. So let's switch this to full screen mode. Windowed full screen and 40 by 2160. You can limit your frame rate here if you want. And you can turn on or off tutorial prompts. So tutorial prompts are just going to be the explainers of sort of how this stuff works. That's again something I'm using Common UI for, so expect stuff about that in the devlog. Let's just press apply, and then we can actually start playing. So you can see this is also where you can sort of submit a bug if you want. All right, let me just press like that. All right. So yeah, you just use your controller to move around, press A to jump. If you use the WASD, you can see it will actually switch to what key you need to use. So that works everywhere. And that's also what I'm using Common UI for, because that's also notoriously difficult to do regularly. So like I mentioned, I made it all work with keyboard and mouse. However, I much prefer people to play it with controller, because that's kind of, you'll see in a bit once we get to the wall jump part. Anyway, we can just roll, you can jump. And then, right, you can only roll on platforms that have the same color. Pick up colored orbs to change color. So if I hit the red right now, you can see big explosion and I die. You can see I also animate back. Let's do it again. Which is something I really wanted, because in the original Flash game, it was really jittery, like you would die and would constantly, like something I didn't like. So instead of doing a fade to black, I spent a lot more time to have sort of the entire environment sort of reverse back to the original state. So all of the animated stuff also reverts back. It was a lot more work, but I think it looks pretty cool. So anyway, so we can turn red. So you can see now we're a red ball, and then we can roll on the red, or we can still roll on the gray. So the gray stuff is always neutral, so you can always roll on that. And we can just go here and turn blue. And let's turn on VSync, because I have some screen tearing. All right, so it should be a lot smoother. You can also, I think I'm gonna keep it for high for now, because I'm recording, and I think ultra should be fine for recording. But let's just keep it at high for now, so it doesn't jump back. Anyway, you can hold A to jump higher. And I fall off. There we go. Hold B to roll faster and jump farther. So if I hold B, let's roll and then jump. Boom. All right, there we go. So we can cross the chasm. In Rainbowsphere, you can switch between 2D and 3D mode. By holding the right trigger, you unlock 3D mode and you can roll in any direction. That means you can fall from a platform in any direction. When you release the trigger, the game will lock back into 3D mode and controls are disabled. I'm actually further in development now, and I was already working on some other levels where I kind of wanted it to be disabled. So in some levels, the 360 controls might be disabled entirely, but in the demo, you can essentially just enable it anywhere. So if I hold this thing, you can see sort of the camera moves up, and that essentially unlocks 360 controls. So you can see now I can sort of roll in any direction. So normally that doesn't happen. So the reason why I'm doing it like that and don't always have it enabled is because if you have a 2D platform, you kind of want sort of the precision of like being like bounce around, precise controls. You don't want to accidentally roll over platform. So that's why I'm choosing it to do it like this. So you essentially have the option to switch to that and to maybe discover some nice shortcuts or stuff like that. Because of course you can potentially skip a lot of stuff if you want to do that. So here's another thing. See-through platforms don't kill you every different color. We'll simply fall through them. Change color to be able to roll over them. So you can see if I hit the blue, oh, I can't get through it. But if I turn red, I can go through it. So, and I can roll on the red here. And then I can go like this, green, and boom, I fall through it. And you can see here, so it's all physics-based stuff. So if you can see, if I let go, I will slowly roll off platforms and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So wall jumps in this game work a little different than what you're used to in other games. They take some getting used to, but are very powerful. When you hit a wall, aim your joystick in any angle you want to bounce to. Then press the jump button to bounce to the direction. You can bounce in any direction, sideways or down. Try it. Right, so first I need to, of course, maneuver myself between the walls. Right, so you can see I can wall jump up. Because normally in games you will sort of stick to the wall and you slide down and then you jump. I didn't want that. I wanted to feel more like sort of a bouncing ball. So essentially what it is, when you hit the thing, there's sort of a window where you can just angle and jump. So even if you're slightly away from the wall, it still works, as you can see. But of course, else it would be just... with the timing would be just too difficult. I first had a different system where that wasn't the case and people just couldn't figure it out. So right now you can essentially, let me just show you, you can essentially like, you can see if you hit it really hard, you get sparks. But you can see you can essentially just wall jump any direction, which is really like you can, it's really fast, really cool. You can see how this could like make some nice platforming mechanics where you really have to sort of maneuver through like a maze, like without dropping or something like that. So like you see, if you have control over this, it's going to be just really nice to use. And if you hold B with the sprint, you can do it even faster, because essentially what the sprint does is just disable or just reduce drag, so you would just move faster. So this is just a regular moving. And if you hold B, you can see you can go a lot faster. And you can see, because it's all like, it's sort of physics based. So if you hit something, you will sort of bounce off, which is kind of nice. I haven't decided yet how much of the bounce I want to keep, because I found if you have too much bounce, it's going to be very imprecise with jumping. Because if you sort of bounce and you try to jump, sort of if you're already in the air, it's going to be a little bit annoying of a sort of yeah, it's like, because then the jump will disable essentially if you're just bouncing up too high. And of course, so there's a little bit of a balance to be had there. Anyway, you can move up here. And there we go. There's actually a shortcut here. I will show you that once we do the second playthrough. We'll first play through it, and then I'll do a sort of a faster playthrough, because you see the time already ticking up. Right. The switch will trigger an event. The numbers indicate which event will be triggered. An event can be a moving platform, opening a door, or something else entirely. So essentially these things there will trigger an event. So you can see there's a 1 there, and then the platform has a 1. So if I hit it, you can see the platform starts moving. So it can be a door that's rotating or something else. Now we need to ensure we don't hit the green platforms, else we will of course die. And wee. All right, let's go. All right, so we're getting over here. You can already see a gap here, so you can kind of see where the shortcut might come from. So you cannot go over here because that's blue, so you're gonna die. So we need to wall jump up again. And now here we need to wall jump to get up here. Then we can go over it, and there we go. So here we need to move forward. So because of course you see the 2 there. So obviously we need somewhere to find the triggers. If you just hold the shoulder and move forward, you can see now we opened the door and we can roll back. There's checkpoints every now and then, by the way. Like if I were to, let me just show you what happens if I die now. Let me just roll off. Boom. You can see whole thing animates back. Like all that kind of stuff. Like I really think it looks pretty cool. Took a lot of extra work to make that work, but like show you again. And then there was a checkpoint here, so it immediately essentially works like that, but there we go. All right, let's turn blue. And then you see, okay, some platforms don't hold your weight for long. So if I do on this, all right, it disappears. Right, so we need to jump over these. All right, there we go. Easy enough. Some boosters. Use boosters to launch yourself. If I jump into this, I get launched. And I get launched again. Try to build up some speed while rolling off a ramp. Remember, you can go fasting by holding the sprint button. So, rolling off a ramp, Sonic style. And then jumping at exactly the right time. And then boom, there we go. So we're over here. All right. Time for a challenge. Apply all the things you've learned so far to get to this next section. So this is sort of a little challenge area with some wall jump mechanics, some puzzle mechanics, and a bunch of stuff. So you can jump up here. Don't go fall through the hole. Just go like this. All right, so over here, you might think, all right, I need to go up there. So I need to wait for the blue platform. Or at least that might be your first. That's probably why I want people to do a blind playthrough. But boom, you see, I get crushed. Because of course, it's a see-through platform. And the see-through platform will not be see-through if I'm blue. So what do I need to do? Well, I probably need to turn red. So here's a red thing. I need to bounce off. Then I need to get the red platform. And you might think, oh, I need to pick the green thing. And oh no, the red stuff blocks me. So what do we do? I can go through the green here. So what we need to do? All right, we need to move up and then wait. And then over here, there's a blue thing. We can turn blue. And then we can go over here. And then we can just wait for the blue stuff to come pick us up. And then we can go through here. We can turn green. Then we can jump on the green. Then we can jump on this thing. Jump on this thing. Jump over here. And then there's another launcher. All right, then we get over here. So again, this is more of the sort of the precise control stuff. So you need to unlock your controls in order to be able to do this. So you can see I can roll over here. And then this thing is the finish. Boom. Level complete. 8 minutes, 30 seconds, total deaths, 6. You can submit feedback from here or go back to the main menu. So this is just the sort of the quick demo level. And of course you can go a lot faster if you want. So let me just go through it again and see how fast we can go. All right. All right, so let's try this. All right, I'm gonna turn off tutorial prompts because I don't want to be bothered by tutorial prompts. All right, let's see how fast we can do this. And you can see if I probably might die if I'm trying to do this really fast, but you can see like a lot of this stuff is just you can go through it really fast if you want. Oh fuck. All right, I messed up there. Right, here's a shortcut which I'm gonna try to take. Oh, damn. Right, let's try it again. All right. All right, there we go. Shortcut. All right, there we go. You can see we skipped the entire section there with the moving platform, which of course slows you down significantly. I'm gonna try to. All right, there was a skip. Gonna do this one over here. Now let's see if I can get the second. All right, that was the second shortcut. Need to wait for the red. So if I timed it better, I could have already been there for the red, but all right. Right. There we go. Oh, shit. So kinds of stuff where I could have been faster, but I mean, we're doing this live, so whatever. Rolling off this. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. All right. 1 minute 43 seconds. That's pretty fast. So let's see how well you can do if you sort of try to get through it. So, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to go off with the levels and what I'm going to be trying to do with the level design is if you just play through it the regular way, it's going to be slow and you're going to die a lot. But there's going to be shortcuts which are, if you're going to do them right, they're going to save you a lot of time. If you do them wrong, well, they're going to lose you time. So that's kind of what I'm going to go after with the sort of the game design. At least I'm going to try to do. So hopefully this demo has sort of given you a good idea of what I'm trying to do with this game. Of course, the final game is going to have like 100+ levels. Probably, like, it depends on how much work, like, it's going to be. I'm trying to aim at around 100, 150 levels. Depending on how it's going, it might be a lot more. Because it just depends on how long I'm going to be making levels. Because this is one of the longer levels. I think for the final game, I'm going to have some shorter levels as well. So just quick sort of challenge levels. This is a tutorial level, so it didn't make sense to break this up into multiple levels. This is one level. So there's going to be story mode. There's going to be challenge mode, which like with a lot of the speedrunning type levels. There's going to be puzzle mode with more like puzzle-oriented levels. The story mode is sort of going to be a mix of the both of those. I'm going to have online high score lists, even though I'm not sure how reliable online high score lists are going to be, because of course people can hack your game and just submit fake scores. But it will still be fun to have. Probably if you want reliable high scores, like just people are going to record their gameplay, I guess, and just upload it on YouTube, or they're going to be Twitch streaming stuff. At least that's what I'm hoping. I'm really trying to make this sort of a speedrun friendly game. But hopefully I've given you a good idea of what I'm trying to do with this. All right, so now it's up to you to try this demo, or maybe you already did. So if you did submit some feedback, just press the submit feedback button. It is gonna open up a thing here where you can sort of submit feedback, upload, gameplay. Like I mentioned, there's also a bug report, which you can do with, you can report a bug. It's going to take you to a different form, just a description of the bug and what are the PC specifications, and then upload a video screenshot of the reported bug. So there's going to be that stuff. Anyway, that was the sort of the quick sort of demo test that I wanted to put out, which, and like I'm already further along in development. I'm already started doing other stuff, but this is sort of the sort of a build that I wanted to work towards in order to be able to share. And I'm gonna, and then the next couple of videos are gonna be about the stuff that I did for this demo level. So I'm gonna be taking through all of the problems I ran into, sort of the thought process behind a lot of stuff. I'm gonna show you the old prototype before I even built this, which had a lot of stuff done differently, and I was just running myself into a wall there. And this is already in a much better spot to sort of to be able to, because I now kind of know that I can take this and sort of really grow it out to be a full game, because I already implemented a lot of the stuff that I need in order to just add a ton of levels here. So I'm going to show you the old prototype. I'm going to go you through the sort of the mechanics, sort of the tools that I built. So I built a sort of a level builder tool, I guess, to be able to make these levels. A lot of interesting stuff. So the next video, so that's going to be a couple of videos. So the next video is going to be mostly about sort of the control scheme, because there's already enough to tell about how I set up all of the controls, the wall jump, stuff like that. Then we're probably going to have a separate video about sort of the level design tools that I built. Probably one about user interface stuff, common UI. I don't know exactly how many it's going to be in total, but it's too much to cover in one video. So it's going to be multiple videos covering all of the stuff that you saw in this demo. In the meantime, just keep playing this, like report, like just let me know any ideas that you have, either via the forum, join the Discord, discuss there. Send me messages on social media. I would love to hear your feedback. If you have cool ideas that I can try to implement in the final game, I really wanted this to be sort of an interesting sort of development process the coming year or so. And when we're going to try to sort of build this, I'm going to build this game with community feedback. So hopefully you enjoyed this first video and playtest. If you did, leave this a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave this a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, because I'm going to be uploading a lot of this the coming months. I have a ton of content. I'm going to be working on this game a lot in my free time. I'm going to try to, next year, I want to take off. I want to take as much time off from paid client work in order to be able to work on this, because I want this game done by end of next year if possible. And I'm also going to be doing Unreal tutorials in the meantime. So if you have questions regarding stuff that I'm going to be explaining during the devlogs, let me know, and I can maybe do separate tutorial for stuff like that. Anyway, that was the entire thing. Hope you liked it, and see you in the next one. Peace.